السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى أهله وأصحابه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بأحسن إلى يوم الدين. Welcome to Ziyyara.com podcast. Today podcast will focus on Tafseer Surah Al-A'la. قال تعالى: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى صدق الله العظيم. The translation in English for Surah Al-A'la. In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful, glorify the name of the Lord, the Most High, who created then fashioned, who measured out then guided, and who put forth pasture, then made it as a blackened stubble. We shall teach thee, recite, that thou wilt not forget, save what God wills. Truly He knows that which is open and that which is hidden, and we shall ease the way unto ease. So shall remind the benefit. He who fears will remember, while the most wretched shall avoid it. He who enters into the greatest fire, then neither dies therein nor lives. He indeed prospers who is purified, remembers the name of his Lord and prays. Nay, but you prefer the life of this world, while the hereafter is better and more enduring. Truly this is in the scriptures of old, the scriptures of Abraham and Moses. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. The surah starts with glorifying the name of the Lord, the Most High, Sabbih isma rabbika al-a'la. And this is one of the Musabbihat surah, and it was one of the favorite of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He used to read it during Salat al-Isha and also during the Eid prayer. There is 7 surah in the Quran which are known as the Musabbihat. These are Surah Al-Hadid, Surah Al-Hashr, Surah Al-Saf, Surah Al-Jum'ah, Surah Al-Taghabun, Surah Al-Isra, and Surah Al-A'la. Surah Al-Hadid started with Sabbaha lillahi ma fi as-samawati was-samawati wal-ard wa huwa al-aziz al-hakim. Surah Al-Hashr, Sabbaha lillahi ma fi as-samawati wa ma fi al-ard wa huwa al-aziz al-hakim. Surah Al-Saf, سبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. سورة الجمعة يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم. سورة التغابن يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. سورة الإسراء سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. وأخيرا سورة الأعلى سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى. If you notice Surah Al-A'la, he is the only one which started with سبح اسم ربك الأعلى. The rest, it was فعل ماضي, so mainly in the past. سبح لله, سبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض, or يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. So سبحي, so this is kind of like to the human being, they should remember and glorify the name of the God, the name of Subhanallah wa Ta'ala all the time. It could be by repeating his Asma'ullah al-Husna, his 99 good names, or by prayers, or by giving zakat, or by anything that will make him closer to Subhanallah wa Ta'ala. So the Most High can be understood to modify the Lord by His name, and we don't glorify anybody. You're not glorifying your landlord, you're not glorifying your king, you're not glorifying your sultan, you're not glorifying your children, etc. The only person who deserved glorification is Subhanallah wa Ta'ala. Notice the rhythm of the ayah. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى. So it rhymes beautifully. You know, it started with سبح اسم ربك, and then it goes الذي والذي والذي فجعله خلق قدر أخرج. So you can see that the tone of these words. If you don't understand, if you cannot read Arabic, just try to read not translation usually doesn't give its proper pronunciation in Arabic. So try and learn at least to read the letters, the alphabet in Arabic, and try to read it in the way Subhanahu wa Ta'ala نزله على سيدنا محمد على طريق جبريل. And if you cannot read in Arabic, you can just read the translation or the way it's written in English, but by the meaning in Arabic. So you can basically follow up the way the pronunciation and the notification is going. Who created and fashioned, who measured and guided, and who put forth pasture. These three ayah, they just the way it's been written and the way it rhymes, just beautiful on the lips, beautiful on the mind, and very relaxing. الذي خلق فسوى. So God created everything, from human being, from animals, from plants, from the universe, from things that we know and things that we don't know. وَالَّذِي قَدَّرَ فَهَدَى. قَدَّرَ فَهَدَى. قَدَّرَ is very important word in the Quran. It's mentioned so many times. There is a surah, especially for Surah Al-Qadr. There is a Layla, better than 1,000 nights, Laylatul Qadr. And it's been mentioned so many times in the Quran. Qaddara, basically we have to submit to God and understand that whatever is happening to us, what is happening around us, it's all behind God's will. And even though we have a choice, but whatever has happened to us, it's been measured and it's been done by Subhanallah wa Ta'ala. Fahada, qaddara fahada. Hada is he guides his people towards his religion, towards the understanding of God, towards the unity, towards the clear proof. And this has a broad implication. Qaddara fahada. He creates, khalaqa, qaddara. He made everything as it is supposed to be, fahada, and guided to himself or to his religion. And who put forth a pasture, then made it black and stubble. Pasture means everything that's living on earth. Could be animal, could be plants, and it could be anything that's within the earth. Then made it to become black when it died, And this actually has been proven scientifically recently in the past 100 or 150 years, that all the vegetation, all the animals, everything that on earth, including what lives on the sea, when it's buried after a million of years, it changes into hydrocarbon or petroleum. And this actually that fuels the economical growth that is happening today in today's life. So the petroleum, which our hydrocarbon that we use for fueling our cars, for creating everything that we use today, is been mentioned in the Quran thousands of years ago, that God actually, He is the one who made these things get buried and get changed into something that can be usable for day-to-day life. We shall teach to recite you, we shall teach thee to recite, that thou will not forget. سنقرئك فلا تنسى. This ayah was nuzila ala Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sayyidina Muhammad used to recite the Quran very fast when it was revealed to him by the angel Jibreel, before even Jibreel used to finish the sentence. So Sayyidina Muhammad was worried that he's going to forget or he will not remember. So God نزل هذا الآية سنقرئك فلا تنسى. Muhammad, don't worry, we'll make the Quran easy for you, we'll make the Quran easy for you to remember. And this doesn't apply only for Sayyidina Muhammad, but it applies for all the people, all the humanity who are willing to read the Quran and to understand its meaning and to understand what is being exactly said or trying to memorize it. God will make the Quran for those people much easier for them to remember and much easier for them to understand if the meaning, if the willing is there. If the willing is not there and we only read it for occasion, then God will forget and will forget you and you won't be able to remember anything. Save that God wills, truly He knows that which is open and that which is hidden. وَنُيَسِّرُكَ لِلْيُسْرَى فَذَكِّرْ إِن نَفَعَتِ الذِّكْرَى. So we'll make this Quran very easy for everybody, including you, Sayyidina Muhammad, and all your companion, and all the mu'mineen, inshallah. فَذَكِّرْ إِن نَفَعَتِ الذِّكْرَى. So remind those people, if they're willing to be reminded. فَذَكِّرْ. So this فَذَكِّرْ, it doesn't only be specific to Muslims or to mu'min. فَذَكِّرْ is for all humanity. We have to remind people and try to teach them that the Quran and the thought of the learning of Sayyidina Muhammad need to be, we need to teach people and need to remind them for all of these things, especially about the Quran. We don't just remind our close family, we don't just remind the Muslimin and the Mu'mineen, but we'll be asked Yawm al-Qiyamah, what did you do with your knowledge? What did you do with the Quran? Did you try and remind people? Did you try to teach people? So all of this will be on us. This is a burden for all humanity, for all Muslims, for all mu'min, especially the Arabs, that they need to dhakkar the Quran and its teaching, etc. وَنُيَسِّرُكَ لِلْيُسْرَى, and we shall ease the way into ease. We'll make this very easy if you decide to follow this path. قال تعالى في سورة الانشراح إن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا. So there is always an ease with something which is difficult. So remind, should that remind the benefit. فَذَكَّرْ إِن نَفَعَتِ الذِّكْرَى. Who fears will remember. سَيَذَكَّرُ مَنْ يَخْشَى. So only those people who fear Allah and who fear Allah without maybe even showing it, those are the ones who will fear God and will fear what is going to happen in this life and the afterlife. So it reminds people and those who are Muslims to the benefit of those who fear God. So remind the means of the Quran for those who fear for my thread. فَذَكَّرْ بِالْقُرْآنِ مَنْ يَخَافُ وَعِيدٍ في سورة قاف. وَيَتَجَنَّبُهَا الْأَشْقَى الَّذِي يَصْلَى النَّارَ الْكُبْرَى ثُمَّ لَا يَمُوتُ فِيهَا وَلَا يَحْيَى. While the most who shall avoid it, who will enter into the greatest fire, there neither dies therein nor lives. Those people who we remind, regardless who he is, those are the ones who will try and avoid it. Basically they will they will close their mouth, they will put their hands on their ears, they will close their eyes, as said in Surah Al-Baqarah, and there is nothing we can do for it. In Allah yahdi man yasha. So it's not us to do the hidayah or to be guided, but it's Allah who guide people. All we have to do is translate the message and proclaim the message. And those people, they will go through they will face the greatest fire. Notice here it says the greatest fire. So Adhab al-Kubra, Adhab Yawm al-Qiyamah. There is also a great minor Adhab. This will be Adhab al-Dunya. And this basically, it's never happened till today. Sayyidina Muhammad, Nuzla Sayyidina Muhammad, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ma'adhab al-qawm. Nuzla Sayyidina Isa, wa ma'adhab al-qawm. So all of this, it was going to happen just before Judgment Day. They will, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. So there should be an adhab al-sughra, which is that just before Yawm al-Qiyamah. ثُمَّ لَا يَمُوتُ فِيهَا وَلَا يَحْيَا. So on في النار al-Kubra, which is the hellfire, the person or the human being will not die and will not be alive. So it will be a continuously ongoing punishment for the thing that he did on this life. He indeed prosper who is purified, remember the name of his Lord and praise. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ فَصَلَّى. So those people who purify themselves, who learn about God, who read the Quran on a daily basis, who do sadaqah, who do prayer, those are the ones who will be awarded in the afterlife and also in this life. وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ فَصَلَّى. And he reminded God not only during the prayers 5 times a day, but continuously. It could be by good deeds, it could be by calling their parents, by showing respect, by living humble. All of these things will be credited to your hasanat, inshallah. Nay, but you prefer the life of this world, while the thereafter is better and more enduring. بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى. God says that we prefer this life compared to the afterlife. And if you can see in today's, that's where actually, sadly, it is happening. We are more focused on day-to-day life. We are more focused about updating our Twitter, updating our Instagram page, watching TV, watching Netflix, and we kind of forget that we forget the book of God. We forgot to nourish ourselves. We forgot to nourish our minds. We kind of becoming absent. We only read the Quran only on occasion. That could be Ramadan, or maybe, and if we read it, we don't pay attention. وَالْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ أَبْقَى. And the afterlife is much better than this life. And this is truly in scriptures of old, the scriptures of Abraham and Moses. إِنَّ هَذَا لَفِي الصُّحُفِ الْأُولَى صُحُفِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَمُوسَى. Notice it says إِنَّ هَذَا. So this doesn't refer to the whole Quran. It just refers to this 2 ayah, that we prefer this life compared to the afterlife. And this is actually, it's been written to Sayyidina Ibrahim, the books of Sayyidina Ibrahim and Sayyidina Musa. So we are warned, and we've been warned, and we've been warned before, not just in the Quran, but also in the other books, the Injil and Torah, that this actually was going to happen to the afterlife. And this is one of the sign, hopefully a sign, I think, of Yawm al-Qiyamah, given it's already been written. This will be the end of our podcast, and there will be more podcasts to follow. There'll be different tafsir, and we'll try also and do different tajweed, inshallah. We'll end our podcast with a prayer. Prayer of light. O Allah, place light in my heart, and light in my tongue, and light in my hearing, and light in my seeing, and light from above, and light from below, and light on my right, and light on my left, and light ahead of me, and light behind me. Place light in my soul, magnify for me light, and amplify for me light. Make for me light, and make me light, O Allah. Grant me light, and place light in my nerves, and light in my body, and light in my blood, and light in my hair, and light in my skin. Increase me in light, increase me in light, increase me in light. Grant me light upon light. This is a hadith of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wa alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.